Calado. Okay. I'll go ahead and play first. He has no rating, so could be a never know what their strength is. So plays a diagonal move. I'll go with a 4-3 point. Goes with a 4-4 point. So we have a normal kind of opening so far. I'll approach. He pincers. I'll go ahead and dive into the corner, see how he handles this one. Makes a wall in this direction. And this is the normal Joseki, I guess. He jumps out over there. So let's enclose this corner, and then think about approaching his other corner. Give him a move. He surrounds here. I kind of like the idea of jumping out here a little bit, or playing here, but maybe those are small moves. So if I approach this corner, the last corner I haven't approached, or I could enclose or extend from here. He's only building on this side. Maybe I'll approach in this direction and try and get a giant L here. Okay, and he kicks me. So, because if he just wants one side of the board, then that should be good for me. Okay, so let's do a 3-space jump there. And then he splits over here. So that makes sense. So I'm going to push him in this direction, and then make a big approach over here as well. And he jumps in, so I can kick right away and then jump out over here. Those stones really have nowhere to go. But yeah, maybe he can fight his way out of there too. So let's see. I don't like the cut here. I would leave these stones isolated. Although they do, you know, actually have the possibility of linking up on this side, huh? So if I just extend, and then if he cuts, I'll play underneath over here. So he didn't do that. He went this way. So I'm going to protect the corner. And protect. And let's extend here. Okay, and he's going to try and surround my corner. Oh, he's doing a monkey jump already. Let's try and does that work? I guess if I go here, does this monkey jump really work? Maybe it was a misclick. I don't think it does, because I can Atari this stone. Or I can cut him off like this. Okay. So I could try and connect underneath like so. Could protect this cut here. Kind of like that, just protecting the cut. Leave this jump here for later. Keeping my stones connected. Okay, so he's approaching this corner. I'm going to try and stake out some territory on the side. And, you know, is that really the biggest move to protect this corner here? I mean, I don't think he can kill the corner. Why don't I push down over here, or cap over here. See if he wants to stay low. Looks like he does. And then jump out over here. Yeah, okay, so he's going to jump out in that direction. Let's cap over here. And jump out on this side. We're just going to try and surround all the stones here. And a stone like that placed in the middle, we're going to try and keep it cut off from everything. How's the best way to do that? Ask him where he wants to run to. Okay, let's extend once first. And then, let's see, let's protect the side over here. And let's connect up underneath over here. So I just don't see, I guess these stones can run over and connect with these. But while he's trying to run and connect, I'm going to be building, I guess. That's my plan. All right, this looks like pretty good territory here. Let's poke at this shape over here. Extend here. And let's see. I can extend once. Then block. Okay, so he's going into the corner here. Can also just jump out here. I have stones to connect up with in every direction. Okay, but that I want to stop. So he wants to split me there. This is still going to be alive here, so let's turn here. And Hane here. And let's solidly connect. So if he cuts, I'm going to catch that in a net here. And now, let's see, so I can poke at this side, I can come out over here, I can Hane under here. I can Hane here, I can connect under here. I can play here to keep these groups split apart. Let's do that first. Keep this stone isolated. And then start to play some bigger moves. Here, let's connect up this way. And extend here. And keep this guy cut off. And keep these guys connected. Okay, getting into some interesting fighting here. So, what is alive and what isn't? This, I think, will connect up over here. Let's connect up underneath over here. Make sure this group is alive, and then I don't have to worry about it getting cut off. Okay, now he's poking into the corner some more, so let's defend that corner. poking these guys. Let's defend them. So if he cuts here, Atari, he extends. Atari, he extends. Atari, he extends. Atari, he extends. I capture. Okay, so that cut is safe. Let's block in this direction. That will keep him from invading over here. Okay, now I can do some kind of big move. I was thinking this Hane here is pretty big for the space on this side of the board. Oh, I should have done another Hane there. I think that's better than what I played. I've seen Dwyron do that. He plays one here and then he plays one here, like at Q2 and then at P1. Okay, this I need to make sure stays connected. So let's block here, block here. Okay, he's extending in this direction. Let's poke out over here. I guess that doesn't work, huh? He can cut now. If he wants to. Okay, that though I don't understand. Is that a forcing move of some kind? Or maybe he's trying to eliminate my eye. Let's go ahead and extend first before I capture these guys. And connect. Yeah, so we did manage to cut this stone off. Okay, let's poke through over here. Here, Atari that stone. It's small, he might not defend that. He might look for a bigger move elsewhere. He did. Although I don't know if that was bigger. Now let's keep capturing, make this corner solid, and then come out over here. Let's shore up this corner over here. Okay, can extend there and connect. Can Hane underneath and connect. Okay, so where is he going? Ah, hey, that was a big move for him, yeah. Block here. Okay, so how far can I jump out here? Probably not very far, but I can extend a little bit here. I can extend in this direction. Connect there. Poke in there. I guess that's not really a poke, huh? He doesn't have to respond to that. But it connects this group up with this group, so it's kind of useful. Okay, let's block here. So what's the territory? I have this side over here. He has Comey, right? Yeah, he has 6.5 points of Comey. Okay, let's block over here. Let's see if we can cut this stone off. And he doesn't want to be cut off. He wants to stay connected. Makes sense. Okay, I want to stay connected too. It's a bamboo joint here. And I guess that connects. If he cuts here, I capture it. And let's see, I can poke through here. And if I go here and he cuts, yeah, it doesn't actually do anything for me, does it? Okay, so there's here. Hard to say what's best here in the center. So yeah, I guess I don't have a lot of territory. I have this corner with the side, and this corner. And he's got this side with this extension up here. I have almost no territory in the center. Let's stay connected here. So he might be able to win this one with just the territory he has. This group and this group are pretty big. Here, let's take that one. Let's connect there. Okay, so he wants to turn it into a co-fight. Here, let's just connect there. The code does not really matter. Let's lock here and connect. And now let's see. If I connect and he goes here, I connect. If he goes here, I capture. So I think that's a safe connection there. He's filling in there. Okay, so that's solid. This is solid. This I can poke out a little bit. Can finish this connection here. I can poke here. Yeah, I'm just extending my territory bit by bit. And let's see, I can Atari this stone here. They could go here. I can extend this by one move or so. Okay, yeah, I can't Atari that anymore, so let's go here. Connect. And yeah, this looks like it's alive. Let's see, if I go there, he connects. I go there, he connects. Go here, he cuts. Well, he has to respond to that anyway. So he connected through here. So let's see, if I cut here, that's not really an Atari. He can just take my stone. I mean, I go here, I get Atari in this direction, I extend. Where am I running to? Here. This is pretty solid. So yeah, I just have this little bit of territory in the middle, although it kept him from getting a big territory in the middle. He has this, and I have 3 areas. So do I see any more? This is a Dame point. Yeah, I don't see any more places. I guess I could consider poking in here too. Is this something? Don't see it. Okay, I'm going to pass here. And we'll see how we ended up. Yeah, so it was a close game. 5.5 points. So let's see. Yeah, I get this one. These are Dame, as I thought. He gets this, and I get this one. He gets this one. I get this one. And so I have to accept that score. So anyway, it was a good game. He won by his Komi. So actually on the board it's even, but basically with my extra move, I need to do a little better than what I did. Probably letting him get all this territory in here was somehow a mistake. Anyway, it was an interesting game. See you guys later. Bye. After the game, I thought I would check it out with GoReviewPartner because I wasn't really sure what I had done wrong in that game, and I got some interesting results, so I thought I would share them with you. Now I'm using Leela 0.11 with GoReviewPartner. I know there's a Leela 0 version out there, which is probably better, but I looked into getting it, and it seemed kind of complicated, so I'm going to stick with the old version of Leela 0.11. And, you know, it's certainly a lot stronger than I am in any case, so it should be good enough for this purpose. Anyway, so let's get to the review here. The game started out even, of course, and stayed that way for the first 39 moves. So we get up to this position. And so I guess both sides had a decent opening. Got equal potential for both sides. Nobody has done anything really wrong, at least not that Leela pointed out. And the first mistake was made by White. White did the monkey jump here, and actually it doesn't work. And I managed to find the right refutation. So just to show the recommended move here, Leela is recommending playing down like this and just securing this area. Let's see, I would play here. This is the variation given by Leela. The Hane, the block, and then coming back here. And so this group is pretty much settled. There's potential for eyes in 3 different locations, and so it's probably pretty secure there. And in the meantime, I've managed to get a view out to the center, so my group is reasonably safe as well. So that would be about an even result. Anyway, instead, White went for the monkey jump, and I cut it off. And the problem, yeah, he just descended, and I kept it blocked. If White had tried to save it like this is the normal move to rescue the stone that you've sent in with the monkey jump, I can cut here. And if he connects, I have to be careful. I can't descend because he can connect and he would have 3 liberties and I would only have 2. But I can extend this way and give myself some more liberties. And then these stones are just cut off, so I just completely capture them. So I spotted that during the game, played this move, and he noticed and played away. So he didn't, or well, he settled this way and then came back and played this move. So he didn't try to rescue it. But Black has a winning edge after this, at least according to Leela. And I keep that winning edge for the next, I don't know, 50 moves or so. It's pretty interesting. So let's go forward to the next spot where I really blunder. So I think this first part of the game was played pretty well. And now we get into the section where it gets complicated and both of us are making mistakes. And basically through the next 60 moves or so, yeah, from here to move 167, I believe. I have the advantage through most of this, but occasionally, you know, when I make a mistake, it drops down to around even, or sometimes White has a slight edge. But most of the time, Black has a pretty strong edge through this because after I make a mistake, then White a few moves later will make a mistake too. So it kind of evens out that way. But let's see. The first mistake I wanted to point out, I'm not showing all the mistakes too. So if you see more of mine than of White's, that's because that's what I was focusing on. But it's pretty much alternating mistakes through this section. Anyway, in this position, White had thrown a stone in the center to kind of disrupt my plans for making territory here. And now if he can connect up with that stone, he could even completely destroy my territory. So I want to block that. And I just extended here, you know, just trying to keep solid. But that's not the strongest move in this position. The block here is the strongest move. And you just have to be careful when playing a move like that to make sure none of the cuts work. But you can see these cuts don't really go anywhere. So this move would have made would have been a big improvement for me. If White tries to cut this way, I can extend here. And so these stones are connected up and these stones have nowhere to run. And once again, if White cuts here, I guess I would have to extend in this case. But that stone also has nowhere to run. It's just that there are black stones all around these white stones and they don't have any way to get out. So all the cuts work in my favor. So that was the first mistake Leela pointed out. And the next one, let's see. Oh, this was a mistake by White. So I'll show one of White's mistakes as well. Right here, White could have done the monkey jump. I thought this was kind of interesting. White was just continuing to play in the center. It's a pretty logical play. But, of course, you always want to be looking for the biggest move. And at some point, the place where you're playing, you play all the big moves there, and there's nothing left there but smaller moves. And you should look for somewhere else to play. And Leela thinks the biggest move on the board at this point is the monkey jump. And, in fact, I would have to play back here to block and to save the corner. And then Leela was recommending White should also go after this corner. So those would be a couple big moves and would help to get White back into the game. Anyway, White didn't play that way. Let's continue on to the next variation I wanted to look at. Yeah, okay, this is another opportunity for me. I connected underneath at this point. It looked to me like White was trying to split these groups, right? I have this group over here, which is not really going anywhere. And if he can split it apart from this group, it might get cut off. So I wanted to make sure it was safely connected underneath to this group. I mean, this group has no eyes, so I really do have to be careful. But there's some nice forcing moves here that I have. And if you want to spot an idea here, this might be a chance for you to put on your tactics hat, see if you can find a good move from black. Anyway, yeah, if you want to pause the video and think about it, I'm going to give the answer away. So the move Leela was recommending was blocking here. And this threatens this group. It actually is threatening to capture this group. If white plays away, say white is continuing to just cut this group off and block it, then this move here kills that group. It has no way to connect out. So it is just dead. So after I play at 1 here, white has to connect. And let's see, then I can... Oh, I got the sequence wrong there. Let's see, after I play that move at 1, white has to connect. Then I can push through here, white blocks, and I go here. And so this was the sequence recommended by Leela. And I guess what Leela is saying is I don't have to worry about this group. If white plays a further move to try and cut this group off, maybe then I will need to connect underneath. But I did need to play it right then. And there was that interesting tactical move I had attacking this group that would have gained me some, would have allowed me to intrude into white's area on that side a little bit. Okay, but we played on in this fashion. And then the next mistake here, actually this move here Leela criticized by white as being too small. And again, Leela wants to fight for the corner with a cut here, but that was pretty complicated. I couldn't really quite work that out. So this move by white was a little too small, but my block here that I played was definitely too small. I had a better way to respond, which is to try and break into this this area of the board and gain some space. So he's not really, once again, I'm kind of reacting a little, overreacting to this threat of a cut. He's not really, the cut is not really cutting me apart there. And white needs to respond to these threats. So I get these forcing moves. And then, let's see, yeah, I think white connected here. And then I can jump down over here. And that was the idea. So not worrying so much about being cut apart here, but grabbing a few sente moves and then coming over here to play a big move. And this was one of the areas where I lost the game. White got a lot more territory here than white would be able to get if I managed to get this move in. And I had several opportunities to get in this 1-point jump here. This was one of the earlier ones that Leela found, but this would have made a big difference in the game, getting that move in. Anyway, I just blocked here, and so the game continues on. And let's see here. Yeah, here's another chance. In this point, I just blocked over here, but once again, there's a place where this move here would be bigger than worrying about this cut. I mean, I didn't really need to block here. These groups are connected well enough, I guess, that he can't really split them apart. Yeah, it's not all that obvious to me, but that's the kind of thing you should look for and stop and calculate, I suppose, from time to time to see if this cut really is dangerous and I have to block it. But anyway, this was clearly a big move that I was ignoring for a large part of the game. And in fact, we get to the point pretty soon where white finds a good move and manages to cut me off there. But yeah, first there's a little interesting action here in the center. You know, he had played this move and I had cut that stone off and I'm just surrounding it. And he's trying to counterattack and I extend here and he attacks this stone again. And then I just capture these 2 stones as a way of saving these 2 because now they're connected to this group. But there was a more interesting way to save them, which was just to let him keep pushing me because this is a ladder that leads into my stone. So I could just keep letting him play these new moves and it just lets me connect up. So these stones are perfectly safe. And at the same time, I don't have to waste a move capturing these stones. So that'd be a big improvement for me as opposed to just taking and connecting. And then next, right here, white should cut immediately. Instead, white played this move, threatening these 2 stones. And what I should do here is the example of one mistake followed by another. We alternating mistakes. I should really connect. I defended those stones, But that's just 2 stones. Whereas this connection over here gives me, he's going to have to play a bunch of moves to stop me from expanding into his territory here, and so that will win a bunch of points for me. Whereas a lot more than these 2 stones over here. I mean, that's 2 points of territory plus 2 stones, so that gains a total of 4 points for him. But this is bigger, this intrusion into his territory here. So that's what I should have played, and instead I just almost reflexively just defended those 2 stones. I mean, that's pretty easy to compare. Do you want to save those 2 stones, or do you want to connect to this guy that's entering into your opponent's territory there? Okay, so anyway, that was a mistake. Let's continue. He cuts me off and gains that territory in the center. Oh yeah, this was interesting. Speaking of always looking for big moves, right here, what did I play? He was, I was just shoring up the boundaries over here. We're sort of getting to the end game. This was an opportunity actually to jump into the 3/3 point. And this is something that's interesting to discuss. With these 3 stones, normally white has secured the corner and you can't invade. But when you have, I'll use a different marker. When you have this wall of stones here, extending down to the second line, it actually gives you the ability to invade the corner. Now it's a little tricky. I mean, I tried playing this out against Leela, and most of the time I end up getting killed in the corner anyway. One time I did end up with a Seki. So, there are possibilities there for that invasion to work. The idea is that after you play this, white has to spend 1 move to prevent you from connecting up with these stones on the outside, and so that gives you an extra move in here. I think the sequence given by Leela was something like that, like ended up with this shape and white was surrounding it. Not entirely clear to me that that's alive, but it looks like it has potential for a couple eyes at least. So anyway, that would have been an interesting moment to try and do the 3/3 invasion. So anyway, instead I ignored that and I'm playing this small move. Also, this was another chance for me to do this jump down here, or to do something over here or over here. So there were bigger moves on the board than this one. It's an example of not looking around and thinking about the biggest moves. So we're just kind of shoring up the boundaries. And I guess it kind of proved that that wasn't a very big move, because I played this move here and white just ignored it and played a move somewhere else. So, all I did was capture 1 stone, but it was no big deal. Although I did get then that move. But anyway, I am still in the lead, alternating, because of occasional mistakes by white. We're getting up to the point where I have my final opportunity. Well, this isn't quite the last one. This is a fairly big one. This was one more chance where I could have jumped down here, and instead I played this slow move. This move actually doesn't do anything. I mean, I don't really need to connect. If I played here and white went there, I mean, I could just give up that stone and connect. Well, I could connect now, and then just stay connected that way. So he had no way to split me apart, and it's a shame that I wasted a move playing there. It looked weak visually to me somehow. I just was playing there instinctively. But I should have been looking around for bigger moves. Anyway, this is a point where white could have improved. So white no longer needs to shore up the corner. White played in here, and now this is safe. But it was already safe because these stones have been cut off from the corner by these 2 stones here, or these 3 stones. I can mark them. They prevent me from connecting underneath, so no invasion of mine is going to work anymore. So he didn't really need to play that 3/3 point. So what he could have played instead was over here. This is a nice move. It's a forcing move, because I don't want this group to be split apart from these stones. These stones will get captured. So I want to connect here. And then he can play down here, and so that prevents me from penetrating into his territory. He manages to get those moves in later anyway, but this was a chance for him to get them without any help from me. So he played a slow move too. That's what's happening. His slow moves are sort of matching up with mine, and it's staying in that range where I have the advantage. And then this was my last chance. So he's finally, at this point, sealed off my group, so I can no longer penetrate over here. But I have one last idea here. Where did I play? I played here. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to expand this group as much as possible and try and eat up as much space. And there's just a more effective way to expand. So this move here that I played, it connects these groups, but it was not needed to connect. You know, I have two ways to connect there, so those groups are connected. And so I can give them that sente move anytime, that forcing move. But when I play here, you know, I'm just trying to expand my territory. But there was a more effective way, which is this move. It's threatening two things at once. It's threatening to penetrate down this way, and it's threatening to cut here. And so this threat is more severe. So white blocks in this direction, and then I can cut here. And now if you look at it, this group is connected, but there's a cut here. So this cut threatens this cut, and white has to respond. So those were a couple of sente moves. 1 and 3 were both sente moves that white had to respond to. And then I can play here. And this just gives me a little more space than I got in the game. I checked this out with the score estimator, and it thought that white was ahead by half a point, but there were still areas for black to fight for. And in this position, Leela still thinks black is winning. So that was the last opportunity for me. And then after I played this move there, yeah, that slow move, just connecting these two groups, trying to expand in this area, then the advantage shifts to white and stays there the rest of the game, and there's no like really huge mistakes in the rest of the game. So anyway, I'll just step through the game for the sake of completeness here, and then let's get to the point where it ended. Yeah, right here. Go back to the game, and it was only 5.5 points, and you know, white had 6.5 points at Comey. So but I just needed that 5.5 points, and you can see if I had managed to get a jump down here, it's pretty easy for me to imagine that there were 5 points taken away, or if I managed to get this jump connected to this stone and he got pushed back here, then that also would have given me a significant enough stones to overcome this the Comey, the 5.5 point lead that he ended up with. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you later. Bye.